Hello YouTube, it is me, Raina, and I am back. So I'm going to talk about Yoko has finally come forward with her experience at 9-Star. I am going to link in the description of her statement. Of course, she wrote in Thai, but there's people who translated it using AI, so the translation might be broken up, but you got the gist of what she was saying, basically. So I'm not going to read it word for word. I'm just going to give my opinion on it and a summation of what she has stated that has been happening. So if you don't know, 9-Star recently posted, I think a week or two ago, that Grace and Yoko were going to have a fan sign towards the end of this month. Okay, and already things were fishy because why are you doing a fan sign when these girls don't have a show? And also the making of the fan sign, the poster itself, the graphics on the poster were similar to one that Fi used for one of hers that was made by the company that 9-Star Entertainment is in charge of when they do fan meets and everything like that. So that was kind of strike number 1 and 2. And then today it was announced that the fan sign is canceled. I put that as the thumbnail to this video. The English translation where they put up basically saying that due to quote-unquote unforeseen circumstances, they canceled the fan sign. Now to Yoko's statement. I'm just going to point out some very important points here. Like I said, the whole entire thing is leaked in the description. But the one thing that I would love to point out that I found interesting is that Yoko said herself that this was supposed to be a solo fan sign and that there was some miscommunication issues and that she didn't know about the fan sign until it was posted that very day. And she never retweeted it, she never promoted it because she did not agree with it. So once again, the company did not communicate with their artists and went ahead without their consent. Sounds familiar? And so, very miscommunication, very unprofessional, no surprise from 9-Star. And another thing she said when it came about the series. Now, if you don't know, back in November 2025, at the beginning of November, 9-Star held a quote-unquote fan sign for Yoko. That's what it was advertised, as a fan sign for Yoko. Now, I'm not sure what time this took place when they announced the 3 shows that they are allegedly doing this year. I'm going to assume it was towards the end of the event. It was kind of conceived as a quote-unquote surprise to Yoko and the fans that 9-Star going to announce 3 new shows and that they're going to film the trailers and then do 3 series this year, basically. And even Yoko at the event said, "Oh, I didn't know this was happening." Now, that could have back then been reinterpreted in so many ways. But now that we have Yoko's side of everything, she said that she read a pilot script, but she did not know that they're going to announce the show, and she did not know who her partner was. And how she talked about when choosing a partner, it seemed like, and what people have been kind of inferring, is that her and Grace were forced together. That basically they did not choose to be partners. Usually in these situations with Thai BL and Thai GL, yes, you audition just like you audition for any regular old, TV show. But ultimately, it's up to the artist of who they want to have the best chemistry with, the best work ethic, workmanship, companionship with, because they know that when they do these partner ups, these couple things, they're going to be in for the long run, and professionally and personally. So you want to feel comfortable with somebody. And usually it is the artist's decision. And unfortunately, in this particular situation, it was not Yoko or Grace's decision to be partnered together. Yoko did not know who her partner was. She didn't know about the show. She didn't know anything. Once again, zero communication. Sounds familiar? Exactly. And Yoko also talked about the boycott, she was saying basically she was lied to about who was really doing the boycotting. She was told that it was basically anti-fans and everything, and she said no, it was not. It was actually fans who were concerned about how the whole situation went down when her and Phi were basically torn apart by the company at the beginning of last year, and how the company was clearly lying, gaslighting the fandom, gaslighting their own artists, and not telling the truth. And now we know this whole entire time they were not telling the truth to Yoko. And it's really telling because every single time that Juan has stated anything, Juan, who is the owner of Nine Star, I don't know if she's the CEO. As far as I know, she is the owner. She has not been consistent in what she has said. She's like, oh, we're getting more professional. Oh, we're going into a more, corporate thing. And that's what we have not been communicating when relating to Phi. But now with what Yoko is saying, they have not been communicating with her clearly on anything. And also it's evident that, during that time in November when they were announcing those 3 shows, they hired 2 new artists. Okay, Sarah and Zorzo. And with Zorzo, they've been kind of testing her like around August of last year. And if I'm going to assume when they hired her, probably maybe late October, early November. I do not know. They never released a statement of them welcoming new artists into the company. But as of February, that artist, Zorzo, has left the company. There has been no official statement. The only reason why we know this is because Nine Star unfollowed her, and she took out Nine Star from her bio on both Twitter and Instagram. So usually that means she is not working there anymore. And there has been no statement from the company of her leaving. So once again, unprofessional. Does that sound familiar? And back to Yoko and what she has been saying. And there's so much stuff I could cover in this that she really broke down, but like I said, the whole entire thing is in the description. She said, basically, I'm going to have to make my circle small. I'm going to have my own people. I'm going to have my own lawyer. That speaks volumes. And to vet everything, basically, and I know Yoko is stating in this thing, like, don't be mad at somebody, don't attack anybody. I want to, blah, blah, blah. Trying to make it like a peaceful thing, but girl, if you are frustrated, and I know you are, you wouldn't be spewing all this out in this. I understand. And I know people has had their own opinions of Yoko. I cannot convince you how to feel about her in any way. I took a long time ago. I just took my feelings out of it and was just trying to see things as the brass tacks. Even with everything that has been revealed from Nine Star, from Phi, from everybody, I'm just looking at things as plainly as can be. And with all the stuff that I've known since I followed, this whole situation from 2024 until now, there are things that I know that no one knows when it comes to Yoko as an artist, to how Phi and Yoko were when they were partners back in the day until now. This is why I keep talking about it, because that company consistently lies on them. And they've been miscommunicating, or actually, no, not miscommunicating, not even, just zero communication on anything. And it's no surprise, and I'm happy that Yoko is hopefully in a better place mentally to express this and talk about this. It showcases the company has not improved since last year. They're still doing the same thing, lying, not communicating, gaslighting fans, gaslighting their own artists. People are leaving. I will not be surprised if this company ends up just like Idol Factory. Idol Factory right now have basically no artists. They are going to go bankrupt because they owe millions in bot. And I would not be surprised if Nine Star is going to be in the same situation in the coming months. Stay tuned. I might have an update. You never know, because Yoko at this point has gone rogue. And no matter how she tries to soothe her to be like, oh, trying to be respectful, I understand that she's probably saying that to make things sound just, trying to smooth it over. But honey, if you're frustrated, you're frustrated. There's something you can do about it. So leave your comments down below. What are your opinions? And bye, YouTube.